Hi guys, happy Monday. Just got midday here in London, so I thought we'd have a quick look over things, how we've changed over the last couple of days. It really has been a different market picture. Put that down to whatever you want. I would say for stocks, if we just put this on the daily chart, you can see we came up. You know, technical analysts will say failed push of the support we had around here. Call it resistance now, the 3,000 level, the 6.18 fib. For me, the reason I got out on my longs was more down to Amazon and Apple not being good enough, and also US China trade rhetoric getting a bit more hawkish again. Since then we come down a fair whack. Where's fair value for stocks now? It's a tricky question. We gap lower on the open. Let's just put that on, and you can see we then filled the gap pretty nicely up to some of those previous lows, and that acted as a good resistance today. Currently down 27 points. Now, it's not that bad, really, is it? 27 points. It'd be interesting to see what the US do. Obviously, it was a bank holiday in Europe on Friday. Let the market tell me what's going on today. I completely think there, is this indecision now about just the forward outlook for stocks. But I think as long as there's the this rhetoric from Trump just starting to get a bit more hawkish, the upside will be limited. On Friday, I was looking at a line in the sand being 28.55, and I'd still have that. I wouldn't be looking to get long unless we get above there. However, of course, again, another little upside line in the sand, you would say, is here, 28.13. Good resistance and support around the 24th and 26th, 7th. So that's a Friday, Monday last week. And then, of course, Friday and Monday this week. To the downside, where do the bears want to really take control over? Below 27.54, I would say, is the next key level support. I don't mind the long from there, to be honest. It's a very important level to get in. But those would be the 3 points of interest for me for the S&P, or of what I'd be looking at. Where, depending if we're above or below, the bulls or bears will need to take control of that as well. Gold being a bit erratic this morning. Nothing new there, of course. I think we could be in for a push higher, especially if risk off continues. But also if we, start to... Is there a trend line in the mix there? It's not great, really, is it? Especially if we start to, get more, talk of Fed easing and central bank dovishness, then this market does have to push on. We couldn't get below, interestingly, last week, and when I'm doing my analysis on the Sunday, that's something I'm talking about, of where we closed the week. Closed Friday, and we couldn't get below here. That's where the bears need to get us below again. The fact that we're now back above these lows here, for me, is bullish. I'd love a long to come back to 17.07 for us to push to the upside. So that's a little trade I'd be looking at personally. The bulls, if we don't get down there, where do we need to get above? The high of the day, which was Thursday's low point. When you strip back this market, it has actually been pretty technical, to be honest. It has traded quite nicely. But for me, can we come back down, get some longs, push us above? And those would be the levels that I'm looking at. Below the pivot, then the bears will start to get a bit more excited. But yeah, those would be the key levels that I'd be looking at there. Obviously got some data out this afternoon. Non-farm payrolls Friday. Is the biggest moves of the week going to happen on a Monday? No. So just bear that in mind. But I hope everyone had a good weekend. Any questions, obviously let me know. But I'll catch you all later on.